Well, welcome to the seminar. When we were invited to contribute this book to CABI, and we were very excited. Look at the CABI. A means agriculture, B means biology. Nutrition is not there, but which means the CABI is really interested in nutrition. And I must say that probably this is one of the CABI's first book on nutrition, on always linking agriculture to nutrition. So already you can see some impact from our research, from our agriculture and the nutrition community. So again, I also wanted to thank my obviously co-editor, Sivan, Rajul. They did most of the work, and all the editors or the chapter authors like Marie, Olivia, and many others in contributing to this very important volume. I think we have learned quite a bit. When I came here to the United States about 33 years ago, I even didn't know how to spell the nutrition. Let me be frank with you. My English was poor, but nutrition definitely is a word that never caught my attention. But after 33 years, myself and I think the whole world have really transformed its agriculture, its food system, and also its research, to really use the nutrition as one of the goals of our work. So why is that? One is, well, today we still face lots of challenges in hunger and malnutrition. We heard that 821 million people still lack of enough food to eat. That's also a nutrition problem. Lack of food is a macronutrition issue. Micronutrients deficiency, iron, zinc, vitamins, and beyond. And even more overweight, obesity. Olivia will tell you that more than 2.1 billion people suffer from overweight and obesity. So, but in the meantime, agriculture provides food for everybody in the world, 7.6 billion people. And agriculture has the vast potential to continue to do more, to improve our nutrition, not just to improve the access to nutrition, but also make sure that the overnutrition, obesity, is not going to be a challenge for us in the future. Well, this chart is not very new to many of you here in the room, particularly researchers, how agriculture links to nutrition, particularly to individual level. I'm not talking about the nutrition at a national level, global level, or even community level, or even household level. It's individual. I do think the nutrition is an individual problem, whether it's undernutrition, overnutrition, and so on. So agriculture provides sources of food to the household. It is still the case that majority of the poor households in rural areas eat what they produce. When they produce more healthy, nutritious foods, that means they have access to nutritious and healthy foods. So this is very important. And a source of income. Agriculture, it's not just the food, even some of the non-food, let's say commodities, let's say tea, coffee, they provide income. So when farmers, when smallholders have income, they can purchase food from the market. So and obviously, women's empowerment. We learned quite a bit that if a woman is empowered, the link between agriculture and nutrition, the link between agriculture and the whole household income, their economic activities will be much stronger. And obviously impact human and planetary health. So I will come back this later. So what we eat, yes, matters to our health and nutrition. It also matters to our environment, to our climate. So let's not forget the other dimension. So I just wanted to walk through some of the key milestones for the last 4 or 5 decades about the link between agriculture and nutrition. We heard about the Green Revolution. We know the Green Revolution helped to double, even triple the food production in many Asian countries. That helped to save probably millions of billions of lives in many poor countries. But the nutrition was not on our radar screen that time. If you look at all the Green Revolution documents, papers, nutrition was barely mentioned. But things began to change in the 1990s. Many people began to look at the nutrition, to look at agriculture as a way to improve nutrition. And from the nutrition community, they also begin to look at agriculture, food, as an instrument. So one of these small initiatives by CGIAR, that time there is a small CGIAR initiative called Linking Agriculture to Nutrition Initiative. Very small, small funds from the World Bank, from key donors. So that, to my mind, that was one of the first CGI activity to really look at agriculture as a way to improve nutrition. Then obviously biofortification began to be conceptualized here at IFPRI around probably 1992, 1993. And right after John IFPRI in 1995, I think the biofortification began to take off. The donor support from ADB, from USAID, from Shenggen Foundation, and so on. Now, after so many years, particularly, let's say the 2011, the New Delhi event to link aquaculture to nutrition and health, I thought that was one of the, I shouldn't say the only game changer, I think one of the game changers that brought key stakeholders, the donors, the practitioners, policymakers, researchers together to debate about that link, the nexus between agriculture and nutrition. So I think, again, after that conference, we learned quite a bit, and particularly in the area of research, in the areas of knowledge, and even some of the practices in many countries. So after so many years now, agriculture and nutrition is at the forefront of global and regional priorities. And look at the global level, SDG. If you look at SDG 2, it's not just the food security, it's not just the agriculture, it's all these things together: agriculture, food, nutrition, environmental sustainability, smallholders' income, smallholders' productivity. So the SDG 2 really framed nutrition as a center of that goal. Then ICN 2, many of you came to that conference. Again, many of us committed to use agriculture as an instrument to improve nutrition. FAO, WHO also committed to use their programs, their policies to drive agriculture for nutrition. Then obviously, about probably several months ago, the IPCC, this intergovernmental panel on climate change, really highlighted the impact on nutrition, how climate change will affect nutrition. So we call it 1.5 degree report. Again, nutrition was very prominent in that report. At the regional level, we know African Union has used the nutrition as one of the driving goals to achieve SDGs, CAADP, and they even developed a nutrition accountability scorecard. You provided support into that. G7, G8 took the nutrition on. I think most important is the countries. Look at the different countries: China, India, Bangladesh, Ethiopia, even Malawi. They really use the nutrition to drive their agriculture, to drive their, probably to some extent, health, to drive their finance, although finance still needs to do a bit more. So we have tons of countries that begin to embrace nutrition, which was not the case 10 or 20 years ago. The evidence continue to drive our action. We know that the 2008 Lancet series on maternal and child nutrition, 2013 Lancet on nutrition. I think Marie was part of that, and so it was the first time to look at the nutrition-sensitive programs. And now I'm very honored to be a commission member of the Eat Lancet report on so-called healthy diets from sustainable food system. Nutrition is very much part of that. Once again, what you eat, even today, really matters to your health, to your nutrition. It also matters to our environment, to our climate change. Then on-ground programming is central piece of the agriculture nutrition puzzle. I think Marie probably will talk more on that. We know that multi-sector intervention is key. Integrated program is a must. And we also know another practices, lessons, tools that are emerging, so we can really use to continue to use nutrition as a driver to shape our agriculture. We know that universities, researchers, donors are embracing nutrition, and USAID, the DFID, European Union, almost every one of the donors, the Japanese as well. So the agriculture nutrition nexus is key to breaking the cycle of malnutrition. We know or not, we still have a lot of unknowns. So research, policy, and the programs, particularly evaluation evidence, will be the key to fill the gaps. Thank you very much.